There's rational data and even a spiritual image for hope right now that things are actually going to get better, even though it seems impossible. Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm a deep skeptic, also a pastor. So when you look at the data, like the real data, and you look at it on historical scale, not in tens of years, but hundreds of years and thousands of years, the data shows very clearly that things are on the upswing, that in the midst of any really difficult time, you have to say, okay, this moment is hard. There are some downturns and we get that, but long term, the data does not support everything going to hell in a handbasket, as my grandmother would have said. So what is that data, you might ask? Well, I was hoping that you would ask that. There's a fantastic book called Rational Optimist. You should look at it. But on basically every metric, the human race has been improving on that sort of long-term scale. For example, the difference in the growth of wealth between the rich and the poor, even though there are a lot of billionaires right now, the poor's income has been increasing at a rate of 8 times the pace of the rich. Over and over again, there has been a prediction of a crisis that the earth would not produce enough food for all of its inhabitants, that at some point there would be a moment where the population would increase to unsustainable levels. That it has been predicted over and over again, and in every moment there has been some sort of revolution in agriculture, or in even just like breeding different kinds of seeds that has continued to allow the earth to produce more than enough calories. Right now it stands at about 2,500 calories per person. Now, the distribution of those calories and how that happens is not always the most fair and equal, but that leads us to the next point. So we've had all kinds of increase and innovation in healthcare, understanding nutrition, understanding sanitation, and that has led to, like, in the pre-modern times, the average death date was the average age was 40, and now it is over 70. That is a huge improvement. And then let's just talk about the idea that you could continue to work and talk and learn and exist after the sun went down. Before electricity, it was gonna cost you 1 hour, the average person, 1 hour of work to afford 1 hour of additional light via candlelight. And now it is actually, with the advent of LEDs and all of the incredible innovation, we are down to mere seconds of the average person's work to provide them an extra hour of light. And even things like violence have experienced a rapid reduction in these sort of historical terms. In the Middle Ages, the murder rate was between 30 and 50 per 100,000 people, and now globally the murder rate stands at just above 5 per 100,000. I don't know about you, but data really helps, but also imagery helps. And for me, there's this one image that I keep sort of in my head, sort of in my back pocket for really hard times. It's actually in the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation is incredibly problematic, but even for the people for whom it was originally intended, there is this image of the future that is really beautiful. And the image of the future that it shows is, it talks about a time coming when a new city, like a new creation, a whole reset is descending out of heaven. And that it says that God is the God of the people, that Jesus is there, and it says he will wipe every tear from their eye. And here's the thing, it says there will be no more death or crying or pain, for the old order of things have passed away. I imagine that people who were here who lived in the Middle Ages, if they came forward to this moment, might say, oh my gosh, this is the New Jerusalem. There is no more death or crying or pain at the scale that we experienced it. And that really is the future, even when the present is dark. And ultimately, the message, I think, of the Bible is, if that is the future, it's our job to use our life to make it get from here to there. I hope that helps.